What's up, everybody? The LA Gamer here, bringing you guys a Madden 20 video, bringing you guys a Madden 20 video, fantasy draft video. First video I have produced or even thought about recording in a long time. Um, but the details of me coming back to make a video here are not important. The more important thing is let's get into this, pick a team, and draft a team. So, we're not going to waste any time. The team I'm thinking about doing is the Colts. That's purely because I enjoy playing in their arena, and something about the blue and white jerseys are appealing to the eye. So, feel like I'll enjoy playing here. We can use a custom coach. That's something I'll create in another episode. Obviously, we will be doing a fantasy draft. That is my bread and butter, and really the best way to build a team and enjoy yourself. In terms of settings, we'll be playing on a Hall of Fame difficulty. Likely 10, 11, 12-minute quarters. I'll figure out what works best in terms of creating accurate scorings and accurate gameplay potential, and that's just going to be through doing some research here. Once I determine what coach I'll be creating and what gameplay options and settings I'll be working with more thoroughly, that's when that'll be shown in the next video, so you guys know exactly what to expect, settings and coaching-wise, I suppose, from this series. So let's hop right in here into the fantasy draft. Okay, so starting the draft, and here we are with the second overall pick. Doesn't get much better than that. I gotta say, I really wanted to get Patrick Mahomes right now. Personal preference, obviously, I believe to be the best player in the National Football League. Hard to argue when considering previous performances this postseason. Dude's just a phenomenal talent. Having the second overall pick, when you're considering the second most valuable player that you can start your team with, it's hard to go against a guy like Lamar Jackson. And the primary reason is the guy's, I think, 23 years old. 22, I guess, because at the beginning of the season. The most important position you're going to have in your team in football, maybe the most important position in any team sport, is going to be the quarterback in football. And so you can't really talk me out of this one. Lamar Jackson's going to be the pick here. And obviously I'll have to build my team around him, accordingly. The only downside, obviously, to picking second overall in this draft is here, my second pick. We're looking number 31 in the second round. The benefit, obviously, being that I'm going to have an early pick in the third round. So while I'm deciding this, real quick, I'm gonna mention using a different microphone than I used to way back when I was recording. So there is a potential for this to sound significantly worse or potentially better. Be blunt with me. Tell me what you guys think about the audio quality in this video. If it's unbearable, just be straight with me. I'll figure out an alternative method. If you guys are cool with it, then you guys are cool with it, and we're gonna keep on rocking. Looks like I always like going corner here, purely because corners burn out super. Like, getting a quality corner is hard, but Harrison Smith's up here, and this dude's a freaking stud. I mean, he's the best. After him, it's I love Honey Badgers, don't get me wrong, but then there's this huge drop off and strong safety as well. So in terms of getting a fantastic cover safety, who also is going to help in the run game, the best defensive player there appears to be Harrison Smith. Fortunately, like I said, we have an early pick here in the third round, and maybe we can bolster that defense or potentially that offense a little bit more. Obviously, what sells tickets are fantastic pass rushers and fantastic skill players. Skill players, we have Julio Jones here, and after him, it's going to be quite the drop off. Getting a fantastic weapon like Julio, what is he now, 30 years old, to pair with Lamar Jackson would be a hell of a pick. I mean, also a fantastic potential pick would be Von Miller here. I mean, you can't go wrong with either of those two picks. Derrick Henry, obviously a fan favorite. Try to get him as my running back here in a few rounds. But I think I could replace Von Miller with another quality pass rusher. You can't replace him, but I feel like I could fill in that spot potentially a little bit easier than replacing the guy who can produce the same way Julio Jones can. Plus, Julio's one of my favorite players in the league also. In terms of a guy who goes about his business, humble dude, seems to just handle fame and his talent the appropriate way, and you know, I respect a guy like that. So let's continue on here. Obviously, AJ Green's still available, which I'm not gonna obviously get him, but it makes me feel stupid now for getting Julio, and Honey Badger's still there. So I potentially made some subpar picks in the past couple of rounds, at least when considering availability. And obviously now cornerbacks are going to start falling down, which Justin Coleman's a bit younger, right? 26, but he's got a normal development trait. 84 years old. Or I can get Jonathan Jones. I mean, just a fast corner here. A fantastic man-to-man corner. But right now, in terms of what's going to put butts in seats, we need a fantastic pass rusher. And that's really going to give me, you know, that's really what's going to help me out more than anything else. Nice power rusher here in Cedarius Smith. Obviously having a hell of a year in real life. Mario Davis, yeah, more of a run stopper. Okay, so I think Smith might be the best option here in terms of getting a quality pass rush. I mean, that's a big deal. Especially if I can't get a quality lockdown man-to-man coverage, you know, pressuring the quarterback to make quick, hopefully, you know, less than ideal throws is really the best thing I can do. Unfortunately, it appears Derrick Henry fell off the board in these last few picks, so that's obviously not ideal. He would have been a real fun running back to use. We do have Gurley, who's available, who obviously, in terms of talent, might be the best running back on this board. Just unfortunately, he's been dealing with injury. But in terms of these running backs, a lot of them are going to give me pretty similar production, so I'm not going to concern myself with that right about now. I don't really need a wide receiver. We got some good tight ends, though. Evan Ingram. But I also don't think I'm going to concern myself with that right now. I think more than anything, Gulag is getting a little bit older, though. Right now, 30 years old. You know, I know it's not the prettiest pick. I think I'm going to go Bulaga. Give myself a quality pass protector on that right-hand side of the line, primarily because I'm going to be rolling out right a lot, obviously, when dropping back in the pocket with Lamar Jackson. He's going to be a play extender. Having somebody that can hold down that right side of the offensive line really might be one of the more crucial things I can do. You know, not only to keep Lamar healthy, which is a big deal, but to keep myself in, you know, an opportunity to keep my offense on the field and have good drives, which is obviously a pretty important thing to do during football. Now, I mean, I feel like these great players are going off the board so quickly. I feel like there's already, you know, so many players, so many good players that have already been taken. It feels like the draft has just started. Now, fortunately, a lot of these corners are staying up here. Now, I don't know how long I can expect that, though. And, I mean, I do need, obviously, at least a pretty decent corner here. I'm going to go with Jonathan Jones, just because that speed within itself will give me an opportunity to at least use a ball that maybe prolongs in the air a little bit longer. You know, it allows me to play a cover 2 man and not be too concerned, or maybe even a blitz and have one safety over the top. Allows me to not be too concerned about a throw outside the numbers when you have a player that fast that can potentially catch up, even if he gets burnt on the press. The defensive tackle, Damian Harrison, Everson Griffin, another, you know, fantastic player, but he's getting a little bit older now. Brandon Scherf. I'm not going to concern myself with guards too much, because guards are easy to trade for in this game, and they're not going to be the centerpiece to any offensive line. That's going to be the tackles and the centers, obviously. Now, Whitworth and Staley are fantastic linemen, but getting up there in age. Middle linebacker, I obviously love the fact that they're keeping in here more for, you know, respect purposes, but Shazier is a hell of a linebacker. I mean, you know, at least when you consider his skill level and what he, you know, would have been without, you know, considering the real unfortunate injury that he suffered that obviously cut his career short, which, you know, yeah, it's a real bummer, but he's going to be a great guy to fill up the middle of that defense. You know, I like having speed on my defense, as you guys can probably tell, so having him would be nice. Now, in terms of getting another nice offensive lineman, Rodney Hudson might be the move at center. He's only 30 years old. For a long time, I've concerned myself a lot with age in these drafts, but in this I'm not going to. If you're wondering why I'm picking Rodney Hudson over Kelsey, it's purely because my team's going to be pass oriented, and when looking at the stats, it's clear to see, and looking at the archetypes and builds, it looks like he's gonna do a little bit better for me, you know, in terms of giving me the appropriate blocks that I'm gonna be looking for more than Kelsey might. See, I already have some good linemen. Let's look at running backs and make sure they're not dropping off too quick. No, we still have plenty of options. Even if I have to settle for somebody like Tevin Coleman or Melvin Gordon, I still think I could have a hell of a productive year there, especially if I'm running, you know, good plays, like read options, things of that nature. You know, especially when it's, you know, you're gonna have to keep an eye out on Lamar Jackson, which will hopefully open up a little bit of the run game, regardless of who I pick there. Let's see, we are running low on time here, though. We're here, getting a little bit older. How old is Cam now? Oh, he's only 30. Great power rusher, only 30 years old. I mean, obviously my team's going to be a little bit older now than I generally would be going for. But you know, I want to win. I want to win now, so giving myself the best opportunity to do so, even if you have to go a little bit older with some of these players, is what you're going to need to do. Obviously, we will see some regression over the few years, but I don't think that regression will be enough to make me regret picking these guys. I'm pretty confident in that. Obviously, we have a pretty decent secondary right now, but it looks like these free safeties are going downhill. These cornerbacks are also going downhill, but there's a lot of depth here. That's not going to be a big deal. We need a right outside linebacker, but our linebacking core isn't terrible. We already have some decent rushers, so really what I'm going to look for now is maybe that left tackle. And we still have some older guys. What's Whitworth's age? Oh, holy crap. I didn't know he was 37. I know Staley's about, yeah, I knew he's about 35. I know Jason Peters is 37. These guys are, and Dwayne Brown's going to be older too, huh? Yeah, then I don't really care much about this. So let's go tight end. And I think we're going to go somebody like, I like Jordan Reed a lot. I know he's a little bit younger. 29. I thought he was a little bit younger than that, but obviously I had to pick a little bit quicker here. I'm not, in previous years when I used to be doing drafts, I would pause these. I would pause it so I had a lot of time to determine my picks. I think the idea of actually having a timer really forced you to be more strategic and forward thinking. And so I'm enjoying that challenge. Now, obviously, having a good player up the middle is going to be crucial. I'm going to go with Geno Atkins, primarily because he has an X-Factor ability. And he's just a stud. I mean, there's a reason he has that X-Factor ability. And just having somebody that can plug up the center of the line and hopefully just prevent, you know, the occasional HB dive or you know, maybe even occasionally get to the quarterback. That's a great thing to have up the middle. And that's where Geno Atkins hopefully will come in big for me. Let's move on to the next pick. Already in our 12th round. I know we're moving through here quickly, which we kind of have to now that we are working within a time constraint here on the draft. Now might be the time when we start looking at running backs a little bit. Phillip Lindsay, Melvin Gordon, Marlon Mack, Tevin Coleman. I like Tevin Coleman. I'm Latavius Murray, LaShawn McCoy, Adrian Peterson. You know, Melvin Gordon might be the best option here. I know Phillip Lindsay had a heck of a year. I just probably would enjoy him more, but I mean, I suppose there's not a huge rush there. We still have Marlon Mack and a few other guys, so there might be a different position that has more, you know, that's falling quicker, and that might be something like wide receiver, or I guess something like Gabriel, who'd be a great slot receiver. 95 acceleration, 94 speed, 94 jumping, a good deep threat. Obviously, I'm running a fast offense too with Lamar. Julio not ridiculously fast, but he doesn't need to be because he's maybe the best route runner in football. And then obviously now that we're going to get Taylor Gabriel, that's going to really add some speed. So let's bolster this secondary a little bit more. I think that's what I'm going to want to do here. Keep Quentin Dunbar, another good man-to-man corner. I mean, if you know, I gotta commit to a specific defensive scheme, and it seems like man-to-man heavy blitzes, that really might be the name of the game for me here. Another good press. Quentin Dunbar, I mean, that might make my decision nice and easy. Got good acceleration. 27 years old, obviously just normal development rate. But we do need to get at least a second cornerback here. Um, and even if he's not supremely talented, at least he's not terrible. You know, just somebody that can at least slow down a number 2 receiver is going to be crucial there. Um, it looks like, yeah, it looks like now that Melvin's gone, maybe I should go ahead and go here. Let's go more than me. Let's go more than Mac. A little bit younger. Um, you know, nothing remarkably phenomenal here. But he's a decent receiving back, not terrible out of the backfield. And obviously I'm going to be relying on a lot of passing plays here, so at least it can keep hopefully a player honest, assuming that he might be able to come out of the backfield and catch a few balls for me. Let's see. We need a second defensive tackle. We have a running back. We have 2 receivers, so we're all right there. Left tackle is obviously a bit dead. Yeah, nothing really has happened here. But if I don't get somebody like Deion Dawkins, it's going to be dead for a while after him. So maybe go somebody like, yeah, let's go Dawkins. I know I might be pushing it early. Maybe he won't go for a couple of rounds. But if I don't get him, the next semi-talented young left tackle I'm going to get was going to be somebody like, I don't know, Eric Fisher's even getting older. I don't know. And he was like a 71 overall. So getting somebody decent at left tackle is really, really going to be crucial. Obviously the guard positions are less of a rush for me. As I mentioned earlier, I think I can do something there. Now free safety. Okay, here's an area where we may have made a mistake. We do need a free safety. We are running a little bit lower on time. Here's a little bit of a faster guy. Eric Murray. I mean, Jonathan Abrams obviously just a hitter. Antoine Bethia is a little bit older. You know, let's see. 74 zone player. 74. I would go, you know, let's go somebody like Tedrick Thompson. Young, 24 years old. Obviously not supremely talented there to be a starting free safety, but decent enough. Hopefully Harrison Smith can really man a lot of that deep positioning out there. That's really what I'm going to rely on him for. So hopefully we'll be all right. Let's see. You know, usually when you get the second overall pick, this is kind of what you expect. Is you can't have a lot of great depth everywhere, but it's made up for because I have Lamar Jackson, and that will win you a lot of games all by itself. Derek Wolfson, a little bit older. Wilkerson. A lot of these guys are gonna be a little bit older. Dexter Lawrence, 21, hidden potential. I know he's a stud. Yeah, let's get Lawrence. Let's get at least one guy on our team that's a little bit younger. Obviously, I'm trying to really fill up that line with guys I can get to the quarterback. In terms of giving up big runs, that's a possibility, especially because I'm really focusing more on pass rushers here. But I'll take that trade-off, especially because I have faster linebackers, a guy like Shazier who can hopefully play sideline to sideline and get to some of those running backs, especially if they break through that initial line. Let's see, guards might be okay. Defensive tackle, we're gonna need a second one, but right outside linebacker, we're still missing, so that might be the last piece, just to make sure we have somebody. Thomas Davis Sr., obviously a little bit older, 36. Maybe he's got one more year in the tank. And getting his 24. I mean, at this point, none of these guys are, you know, remarkably better than one another. So let's go back to wide receiver. How old is Djax? He's only 32. You know, honestly, or we can go Marquise Goodwin, who has 98 speed. We're going to go Goodwin. Only because I had 3 seconds left and have enough time to really consider that decision. And Goodwin follows what I really, really enjoy doing on offense. And that's just having a lot of speed. I mean, it's a lot of fun. A lot of fun being able to overload your team with athleticism like that. Gives you a lot of options, especially when a play breaks down. And that's kind of what I'm expecting. That, you know, Lamar Jackson's the ultimate play creator, especially when a play breaks down. So try to get some receivers that can help them do that. Free safety cornerback. We can get a secondary, you know, second defensive tackle. Let's see if that right outside linebacker position is going to remain relatively similar here. It looks like a second defensive tackle. We can go somebody like Star Lutulele. Yeah, he's strong. He's big. Can hopefully plug up the middle. Maybe help a little bit with that run defense, as that's going to be a bigger concern for my team. just because we didn't really fill our team with too many defensive studs. Also just realized that the Patriots had the first overall pick. So that means that I didn't know the Patriots were the ones that got Patty Mahomes. So that's going to be exciting. You know, it's two AFC teams, so we'll be seeing them hopefully at some point in the year. We played. I can't remember if the Ravens played the Patriots. It's here. Guess we're gonna find out. Now I guess we can start getting those guards. Not really any that are super talented here. Right guard's gonna be more important to me. We'll go here because it's a pass protector. Like I said, more crucial for me having good pass protection. And that's about that. So let's see. We got our receivers. We got our running back. Got a pretty decent amount of our line. Maybe we should commit to that right linebacker now, or maybe even look at a corner to get our third corner down. Ben Gideon's still there. Obviously, I can't rely on him to be there forever. There's plenty of corners here that are pretty good. I can go Trey Waynes, or I can go Levi Wallace if necessary. So let's go. Well, actually, they're going to try to run me in pass coverage. This is the last guy. Yeah, I guess if we're going to be rushing the left outside linebacker, the right linebacker might be dropped in coverage more. Let's go somebody like this dude. I would have to Google search his name, so I'm not going to try to say it off the top of my head right now. Better pass coverage player. Good speed, good hit power. I mean, that fits really the scheme of the team. Whatever he can't do, you know, in terms of play recognition or knowledge of the sport, hopefully he can make up for with pure athleticism. 90 speed, something like 86 hit power, if I remember correctly. Hopefully he can make the necessary plays. Let's see here. Cornerback. Yeah, Norman, I'm not going to go with you. I won't. I mean, this is another good player. We'll go Trey Waynes. We'll go with Wallace just because he's a little bit younger. Not quite as athletic, but the youth is promising. Just less time, you know, or I guess more time until I have to worry about regression or things of that nature. Let's see, kicker. Kicker, I know I could be going a little bit early here. And I am. Really the most important thing is kick power. There's some guys that have kick power here for a while, so weird that they want me to get a second free safety out here. So we can look into that. Jalen Thompson, what we got here? 24 years old. Good acceleration and speed though, and like I said, that's a big deal to me. Like yeah. Jalen Thompson, he's gonna be young. 24 years old. I'm really only doing that to fill out the depth that my team apparently feels is necessary. Really though, spoiler alert, we are reaching really the ends of this draft. I really usually allow my team, you know, the AI I should say, to do most of the work in terms of depth. But let's go ahead here and get our left guard. That's really going to be the last big thing. Mikey Upati, I know, is a little bit older. Oh, is Eric Flowers. He's 25. They're both power. I guess we can go a little bit less natural skill right now for less regression in the future. So he'll do better for me over a few more years. Ideally, though, depending on how our team does, if our guards are really getting blown up, I'll make some trades, maybe send a few picks out, and try to you know, bolster that a little bit. In terms of tight end though, out of here, I like Tyler Eifert a lot. Who did we get again? We got Jordan Reed, who's, I mean, yeah, not much of a blocker. But I guess that's all right. If we want to really match it up, you go with somebody like Jimmy Graham or Tyler Eifert. I personally have an affinity towards Eifert, and that's purely just due to Madden history. I've had leagues in the past, and this is actually a league I'm thinking back on now, maybe Madden 14 or 15, when he was, I think maybe his rookie year, so whatever that was, if you know, quite a few years back. I had a league with a few buddies, and one of my buddies at Eifert, and turned him into this absolute stud, which at the time, you know, he was a rookie, and turned him to like a 95 overall in like 2 years because he kept utilizing him. So, you know, for those of you who have played Madden for multiple years, you may occasionally have that where you understand that weird nostalgia of previous leagues that motivates you to want to get certain players. weird phenomena how that happens, but I'm sure a lot of you guys understand. Right here, we're gonna go Patrick Ricard. Really not anything but fantastic lead blocker. Opens up hopefully maybe a little bit for my blockers. I mean for my running back. Not really a crucial pick, just something because I need to get a fullback. So now we're gonna go with Graham Gano just because he's 99 kick power. The accuracy doesn't bother me a whole lot. Once you've played Madden for as long as I have, timing a kick, you could do with just about anybody. I don't even know if the accuracy really affects. I don't know what specifically the accuracy does. I don't know if it makes the meter change or how long you can see where you're aimed. You know how you're aimed at the field goal post. I don't really know what specifically that's impacting, but I've never really noticed a huge issue. Now, really what we need is our secondary quarterback, and there's only one dude to get. I didn't even realize this guy was on the board. We'll go somebody like Taysom Hill. I mean, look at 90 speed, 89 excel, 85 chucking. And obviously, I'm sure he has a bunch of hidden stats that are quite good as well, because as many of you are aware, he is a multi-tool player. Oh. Well, I guess... Oh, of course. My team auto-drafted, then Taysom Hill gets taken. Oh, that is not cool. That's actually a real bummer. Well, that's a bummer. Taysom Hill's going to be... I mean, who knows if I really would have utilized him anyways, but he's a cool player. We'll go with Brett Hundley, though. Another player that functions, at least in a way, similar enough to what Lamar can do. Obviously, he's significantly worse, but he's also a fast quarterback with a decent arm. So if Lamar went down, at least I can fit a similar scheme, I suppose, if that makes sense. So I guess now we'll get a punter, and that just about should end it. Great kick power here by Michael Dixon. Power punter, 23 years old. I don't really need to factor age a whole lot in a punter, probably, but that's fine. And I don't really think there's anything else we need to do. Let's take a quick second here to review everything. It looks like we have all the necessary positions filled out. Not my best draft. I mean, don't get it twisted. Not my best draft by any means. But anyways, that will be the end of the video. In the next episode, we'll be playing week 1 of the regular season. I'm unsure of who that opponent's going to be as of right now, but we'll take a look at their team once that moment comes. We'll also go through each of the positions on our team, so you guys have a look at what our roster is going to be looking like going into this season. And then I'll also show you guys the creative coach that I will make, behind the scenes, as well as the settings that we will be playing on going into this year. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I appreciate all the support for any of you guys who are watching this video and have been waiting for an upload over the past while that I haven't been uploading. I appreciate you guys watching it. I hope all you guys are doing well, and hope to hopefully talk to some of you guys in the comment section if you leave a comment there. I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.